Hi,
We're Girl Scout Troop 145.
and we want to tell all you women out there how to work to decrease the gender pay gap.
In this video, we'll talk about what the gender pay gap is, why and how you should negotiate your pay, and an example of how to talk to your boss. We hope you enjoy! Now here's some data about the gender pay gap.
The wage gap is not only affecting the big picture, but can also be seen within individual professions.
The wage gap within physicians in Texas is 35%. The average male physician's salary in Texas is $363,000 a year, whereas the average female physician in Texas makes $269,000 a year. That's a whole $94,000 less that women make every year, which means that women miss out on nearly $1 million each year because of their gender.
The wage gap varies within specific medical specialties, but the common denominator is that women get paid less in each and every one, in some capacity with the exception of radiology.
The wage gap is very apparent in every state, some more than others. Texas, where our Girl Scout troop is based, is a place where the gap is even larger than most.
What every woman can do about this is to be confident in the workplace and not be afraid to negotiate their salary. Change doesn't happen just by itself. You have to work for it, and even if it's just a little, it does make a difference. If there are enough women willing to advocate for their rights, we can make a change.
Now we're going to tell you why women should negotiate.
There's a 7.6% difference between the salaries that women MBAs are getting and those that men are getting.
Negotiating your salary shows your employer that you know your value. It shows that you're capable and confident, and no one will know your worth unless you do.
You'll never get what you want unless you ask for it.
You will get a lot more money now and in the long haul. A study shows that women who constantly negotiate their salary earn $1 million more in their lifetime than women who don't.
Remember that you have the bargaining power. If you're interviewing for a job and pay comes up, remember that the employer is already interested in you, so you have the power.
And remember, most employers expect you to negotiate, so don't be afraid.
Remember, asking for a raise is not always about what you say, but how you present it. Deny your first offer. If you feel you deserve a 10% raise, but you're offered a 5% raise, explain to your boss why you deserve more.
Play to your strengths. When explaining why you want a raise, explain what you have accomplished for your company.
Practice with the mock negotiation. If you're nervous, practice with a friend to become more calm and ready to talk to your boss.
Ask even if it might be unlikely. It never hurts to ask for a raise, and who knows what may happen.
Always follow up with your boss. If you talk to your boss and come to a conclusion, make sure that they follow through on their promise.
If you're nervous, email your boss first and start off with small talk. Studies show that people are more likely to get a raise or a job if you start off being personable with small talk.
Always prepare, prepare, prepare. Use some data to back up your points. Make sure you mention what you've done this year and other big assignments or tasks you've completed.
Ask for more than you want. Then, if you bargain down, you might get what you want, and who knows, you just may even get more than you expected.
Back up what you want with how valuable you are, but don't use all your backups at once. This can help counter proposals.
Use clear and precise language.
Be firm but realistic.
Also, have a list of areas you're flexible in.
If you can't get what you want, discuss a plan on how to get there. For example, you could ask, I understand that blank isn't possible, but what is? Or you could ask, what can I do to improve on to get this type of raise?
Remember that you are good enough and deserve a raise.
And be confident.
Hey Jesse, could I talk to you about the email I sent you earlier?
Yeah, of course. Come on in.
Cool, thank you. So how's your day going?
It's been good. Signed off on a few contracts. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Great. So, what did you talk to me about again?
Well, in the past year, I've been working very productively. I've worked late and come in on a few weekends, and I've covered for my colleagues, and I even managed that big sale from last month.
Yeah, I remember that.
Compared to office workers around the country, I'm being slightly underpaid. So, also the last time that I asked for a raise was a few years ago.
Yeah, I would love to help fix that. However, there isn't a whole lot of money I've been allotted to give out for raises. How much are you asking for?
I would say 8 to 10%.
Well, based on the amount of extra work you've done, that does seem pretty fair. But I will need to talk to my superiors, but I'll try for 7 or 8%.
That seems fair. Thank you.
Good. Great.
Part of obtaining a raise has to do with how you act before the actual conversation. Here are some ways to gain your boss and coworkers' trust and friendship.
Have boldness when it comes to talking to your boss.
Know your limit so that you aren't a pushover. For example, if someone such as your boss asks you to do something, but you already have too much work to do, politely tell them that you simply don't have the time to complete the task.
Be straightforward, but not to the point where you're pushy.
Chat with your boss so they know that you're approachable.
Be flexible.
And don't be afraid of asking questions, especially if it helps in your work.
We hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you have any more questions, we've put some links below, and we've put our sources below also. We hope you enjoyed.